शीघ्र मनुष्य जीवन का लक्ष्य प्राप्त हो, जो है कृष्ण प्रेम। आइए हम सभी वैष्णव भक्तों के चरण कमलों में सादर प्रणाम करते हैं, जो सभी के वांछा को पूर्ण करने में कल्प वृक्ष के समान है, दया के सागर है, पतितों का उद्धार करने वाले। वांछा कल्पतरुजस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। हे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण।
हमारा कृष्ण के साथ मुलाकात का समय है। जैसे हम प्रेम से कृष्ण को पुकारेंगे हरे कृष्ण कहते हुए, भगवान प्रकट होते हैं। तो हमें भगवान का सानिध्य प्राप्त हो रहा है, हम भगवान के साथ है। भिन्नत्वात् नाम नामिनो, भगवान का नाम और भगवान दो नहीं है, एक ही है। या यत्र मद भक्त गायन्ति तत्र तिष्ठामि नारदः, जहाँ मेरे भक्त मेरा गान करते हैं, मुझे पुकारते हैं, वहां मैं उपस्थित रहता हूँ। इस सिद्धांत के अनुसार हमें स्मरण रखना है कि हम भगवान के साथ है, और इस महामंत्र के उच्चारण के साथ हम उनको संबोधित कर रहे हैं, पुकार रहे हैं। भगवान की उपस्थिति का अनुभव करते हुए यही तो ध्यान है, ध्यान कृष्ण का ध्यान, राधा कृष्ण का ध्यान। राधा कृष्ण के नाम रूप गुण लीला धाम परिकरों का ध्यान करने का ये सुअवसर भगवान ने हमें दिया हुआ है। तो आइए हम लाभ उठाते हैं। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasti Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Mana Madhe Mantra Mantra Madhe Mana मन में मंत्र और मंत्र में मन मन को मंत्रमय अर्थात कृष्णमय बनाइए हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasti Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Dev Jago. गौरा चांद बोले गौर चंद्र कह रहे हैं, हे जीव जागो। हरे कृष्ण सुन रहे हो गौरांग को? गौरांग कह रहे हैं, जीव जागो। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम कोदा निद्र जाओ माया पिशाची रकोले। और क्या कह रहे हैं, कब तक लेटे रहोगे माया के गोद में? उठो। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Bandhu उठो निद्रा छाड़ी उठ जीवा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे ऐश्वरी राधा भगवान को सुन रही हो क्या कह रहे भगवान मन मना भव मद भक्तो मद्याजी माम नमस्कुरु भगवान को सुनेंगे तो वे कहेंगे मन मना मेरा स्मरण करो हम सुनेंगे उनसे तो वे कहेंगे मद भक्तो मेरा भक्त बनो और सुनते जाएंगे तो कहेंगे मद्याजी मेरी आराधना करो और वे ये भी कहेंगे माम नमस्कुरु मुझे नमस्कार करो सुन रहे हो हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे तो मन पूछ सकता है क्या फायदा है ये सब करने का क्या लाभ है तो फिर कृष्ण कहेंगे माम एव एष्यसि ये सब करोगे तो मुझे प्राप्त होंगे तुम सत्यम ते ये बात सत्य है और ये सब मैं तुम्हें एक इसलिए कह रहा हूँ प्रिय असि तुम मुझे प्रिय हो हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे मेरी प्रिय आत्माओं ऐसे भगवान ही कह सकते हैं हम सबको संबोधित करते हुए ये मेरी प्यारी आत्माओं भगवान के प्रिय हो अक्षिता you understand हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare अच्छा वृंदावन कृष्ण कुमार वो जब करवा रहे हैं what happened सुंदर वामन ऐसे अचानक प्रणाम कर रहे हो हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम जय हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे बोल रहे हैं सब या उनको सिखाओ भी समझाओ कैसे जप करना होता है हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 कृष्ण जय रति मंजरी हरे कृष्ण जपा सेशन चल रहा है हरे कृष्ण जय कृष्ण बलराम की जय हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Jai Shuddha Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare सूरत पद यात्रा की जाए हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण जप करो हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम सबको बिठा के जब करवाओ हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण महाराज जी हरे कृष्णा
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे सब कहिए हरे राम 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 हरे
राम
हरे
राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे महाराज जी इंस्ट्रक्शन आप है के बधाने बेसीने जप कराओ अहिया हां बेसीने हरे कृष्ण बोलो તમે બોલે છે ને हां
बैसे
पर
जाओ
कराओ ना
बैसे जाओ
कई नहीं पूजा करવાનું बोला जय राधा दामोदर भगवान परम पूज्य श्री भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शील प्रभुपाद जी
हरे
महाराज
कृष्ण
कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले महाराज जी 2 बार आएगा
माला रखिए माला है जप माला
हाँ है महाराज जी माला है
सबको दो और बता दो कैसे जप करना होता है और
हाँ महाराज
हरे कृष्ण महाराज गांव वाले सब लोग मंगला आरती में आए हुए हैं महाराज और अभी हम लोग सबको माला देके जप करवाएंगे
स्वागत है हरे कृष्ण 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 Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Jivedaya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Param Karuna. Hare Krishna, one of these days तुम और हरे कीर्तन प्रभु कभी ISKCON Nagpur new temple construction progress report दे सकते हो. You could contact Padmali. You could line up for about 10 minutes. You could, both of you could speak. और हमारे सभी जप करताओं को प्रेरित करो अपने रिपोर्ट से प्रेरणा दो. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे. 10 more minutes to go. और भी ध्यान बढ़ाइए. Stay focused. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Speaker. Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. The rest rise for ready. Hare Krishna. 5 more minutes to go. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Ram.
Rasraj Prabhu will be joining in a few minutes.
Okay, he is welcome. We are awaiting his
Thank you, Maharaj.
presentation. Hare, you are in Bombay?
Yes, Maharaj.
In BI?
Yes. I'm in Rasraj Prabhu's office.
Yeah, I could understand by seeing the surroundings. And the blackboard and of course Radha Ras
Yes.
there. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So he will speak in English or Hindi? Or we need to translate?
I will ask him. He can speak in a mixture of both English. That's what your secretary said. In an English mixture.
Recording in progress.
Whatever comfortable. I mean, we could get someone to translate his presentation.
You can have a translator ready.
Padmali?
Easy. Searching for some.
Ji Guru Maharaj, we had a word with His Excellency Humble Senses.
Yeah, please accept my obeisances.
Rajahamsa Prabhu. So usually Prabhuji himself manages both the languages, but if required, I'll be
Maybe
translating quickly.
Anansesh maybe could be available.
Okay, I'll check.
He's a good translator.
Ji.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna.
Maharaj is
Hare
coming.
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare, very well.
Dandavat Maharaj.
Welcome.
Correct.
That's right, Prabhu. Okay. So
Jai Maharaj.
you'll speak in English and or both English and or you speak in English. We could also manage to translate.
नहीं जो दोनों इंग्लिश और हिंदी में बोलूंगा
Okay, good.
जहाँ इंग्लिश जरूरत पड़ता है वहाँ इंग्लिश में बोलूंगा
Okay, तो आपको सुनने के लिए there are at least 2,000 in the audience from some 20 countries. बैठे.
Wow.
Yes. So
40 countries का मतलब
20,
सब
maybe
अपना देश के
10,
लोग हैं
20
या
countries around India. This is a
कोई बात नहीं तो I see. तो सबको हिंदी मालूम है
सबको नहीं. We transcribe. Yeah, a transcription in Hindi as well as in English. If the talk is in English, then we'll transcribe that into Hindi. So if you speak whatever, both languages, we'll translate that into English or in Hindi. So it's both things simultaneously go on. So आपका स्वागत है और सब भक्तों आप अभी ऐसा टॉक सुनने वाले हो. ऐसा टॉक आपने कभी नहीं सुना होगा. Out of this world. हमारे इस्कॉन के स्पिरिचुअल साइंटिस्ट रसराज प्रभु आज के वक्ता है और Srila Prabhupada emphasized this scientific preaching so much that he ended up establishing Bhaktivedanta Institute, and he wanted ISKCON and ISKCON leaders support this BI in every possible ways, including financially. So current BI director is Rasraj Prabhu. So आप सुनिए उनको और I think at the end you will be talking about getting more hits or more participants. I think so that also it will happen. So we want to get more exposure to BI and your preaching and your activities, so that you could conclude. And I'm confident all our participants will be happily support you or join your conferences or different forums. Okay, so over to you. I would not take more of your time. You are the speaker of the day.
Well, thank you so very much, Maharaj, for kindly inviting me to talk to your people. कितना तक आज सुबह का प्रोग्राम चल सकता है? 25 मिनट का प्रोग्राम?
40 minutes, 40 more minutes. You could do some interactive, some if you want to get some question answers going, or you want to make some presentation. So we could extend up to right, Padmali? Kitna samay? Yeah, I think so. 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Yes, 7:15, 7:20. And then Rajahamsa Prabhu also will come and appeal to
so
subscribe
between two
Prabhu's
of you
channels.
have 40 minutes.
Okay. that's quite fine. So सबसे पहले शुरू में मैं लोकनाथ महाराज को धन्यवाद देता हूँ। तो उन्होंने मुझे इस प्रोग्राम में इनवाइट किया है। और जैसे उन्होंने बोला, ये श्रील प्रभुपाद का बहुत ही प्यारी प्रोजेक्ट है, भक्तिवेदांता इंस्टीट्यूट। उन्होंने एक बार लिखा एक लेटर में, दिस इज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट प्रीचिंग आर्म ऑफ ISKCON, एंड बट प्रभुपादा जब वो भक्तिवेदांता इंस्टीट्यूट के बारे में बात करते थे, उस समय उन्होंने साइंटिफिक प्रीचिंग शब्द को कभी नहीं प्रयोग किया। अगर आप विकिपीडिया में देखेंगे तो आई मीन नॉट विकिपीडिया, वेदाबेस में आप अगर सर्च करेंगे तो साइंटिफिक वर्ड में और आप देखेंगे, और 8 या 9 बार प्रभुपाद जी ने साइंटिफिक प्रेजेंटेशंस ऑफ कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस शब्द को प्रयोग किया है, और कभी वो साइंटिफिक प्रीचिंग शब्द को नहीं यूज किया। तो इसका मतलब है ये दोनों शब्द साइंटिफिक और प्रीचिंग साथ में नहीं जाएगा, और उन दोनों को जमता नहीं है। क्योंकि अगर जब एक चीज साइंटिफिक है, उसको प्रीच करने का जरूरत नहीं है। प्रभुपाद जी ने और एक बात बोला, वेद और पुराणों को आप मानेंगे, मैं नहीं मानूंगा, लेकिन जो साइंस का विज्ञान के द्वारा से प्रस्तुत किया होगा वो उसको सब मानना आवश्यक है। जस्ट लाइक Christians and Muslims and Hindus may differ over who is God, isn't it? But they cannot differ over how a stone will fall when dropped, because the stone is falling according to Newton's law, और वो न्यूटन्स लॉ को सब मानना पड़ेगा। ऐसा नहीं बोल सकता है हम लोग मुस्लिम हैं तो इसलिए हम न्यूटन्स लॉ को नहीं मांगेंगे, या नहीं बोल सकता है हम लोग हिंदू है और न्यूटन्स लॉ को हम नहीं मांगेंगे। सो साइंस को लोग कहते हैं कि साइंस यूनिवर्सल है। Universal means regardless of from which country somebody is coming, regardless of which religion somebody is following, regardless of what age one has, regardless of one's gender, regardless of one's education, सबको साइंटिफिक नॉलेज अप्लाई हो जाता है। इसी एक नजर है, इसलिए साइंस को बोलते हैं यूनिवर्सल। बट फेथ ऐसा नहीं है। क्राइस्ट के ऊपर किसी ने विश्वास रखेगा और मोहम्मद के ऊपर किसी ने विश्वास रखेगा और कृष्णा के ऊपर हम लोग विश्वास रखते हैं। इसी प्रकार फेथ बेस्ड थिंग्स अलग अलग हो जाता है। लेकिन प्रभुपाद जी ने ये भी बोला कि कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस एक विज्ञान है। कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस इज अ साइंस। सो व्हाट डज दैट मीन साइंस? एक बार प्रभुपाद जी ने बोला, और भाई कई बार तो देखिनो अस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारम यौवनम जरा तथा देहांतर प्राप्ति धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति। सो जैसा बचपन या युग और वृद्ध, इसी प्रकार कहीं स्टेज में हम सब जा रहे हैं। तो इसी प्रकार आत्मा दूसरा शरीर भी लेता है। प्रभुपाद जी ने बोला कि ये जो दिया है भगवद गीता में ये यूनिवर्सल है, ऐसा नहीं बोल सकता है तो हम लोग वृद्ध नहीं बनते हैं, और ऐसा नहीं बोल सकता है हम क्रिश्चियन हैं, हम यूं नहीं बनते हैं। So प्रभुपाद जी ने बोला ये साइंस है, because it's everyone has to universally accept. This is one definition of science, universality. Are you following? Yeah.
I think they have to unmute and speak.
They have to unmute and say, speak. I see. They're all muted. So you can raise your right hand if you follow, and you can raise your left hand if you don't follow. And I see that there are many people in this thing. Yes, one person raised his right hand. Jagannath Swami Das, I didn't see you raise your hand. Both means you're confused. Mm-hmm. What about Sri Hari Darshan Pankaj? Yeah. Okay. So, science, but this is only one definition of science. You see, universality. And this is an important thing because, say, for example, Christians say that if you don't surrender to Jesus, then you will not be saved. And that's not universal. Somebody, a Jewish person, may not accept that. So it will be interesting to see what are all the statements in different religions that are universal. You see? And whenever somebody says God, already it means that they don't know who is God. Just like if you say, Mera padosi hai, and somebody is asking you, hey, padosi kaun hai? नहीं, उनका नाम है पड़ोसी बस। उसका मतलब है आपको नहीं मालूम है वो कौन है, आपको नहीं जानते, आप उनको नहीं जानते हैं। इसी प्रकार suppose we say God, and if you say, if they ask you who is God, and you say no, God is God, इसका मतलब है आप गॉड को वास्तविक नहीं जानते हैं। सो इसलिए जब प्रभुपाद जी ने हरे कृष्णा मूवमेंट को स्थापित किया अमेरिका में, कई लोग उनको बोला कि आप इंटरनेशनल सोसाइटी फॉर कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस मत बनाइए, क्योंकि लोग सोचेंगे ये सब हिंदू, सिर्फ हिंदू के लिए है, तो आप इंटरनेशनल सोसाइटी फॉर गॉड कॉन्शियसनेस बनाइए। प्रभुपाद जी ने बोला नहीं, this is not God consciousness, this is Krishna consciousness. And if you see श्रीमद् भागवतम ग्रंथ का पहला स्कंद में प्रभुपाद जी ने इंट्रोडक्शन दिया है, वो इंट्रोडक्शन का फर्स्ट सेंटेंस है, the concept of God and the concept of absolute truth are not on the same level. That's the opening sentence of Srimad Bhagavatam in the introduction.
Comments are coming.
Oh, I see. Comments are coming. Oh, I see. There is comments also. ठीक है. Let me. No, not that when somebody calls out God.
No, that's a transcription, Prabhu.
I know, but that's a wrong transcription.
All
Not
right.
somebody calls out God. When somebody uses the term God to refer to God, it means they don't know who is God. That's what I was saying. Calling out to God, anybody can do. That is from the heart. And that's, that has its value no matter how you call out to God. Just like Padosi is there, you say, oh, Padosi, come here. Then, you are calling that, that's fine, that will work. But agar वास्तविक रूप में वो you want to talk about Padosi to somebody else, you cannot simply say Padosi. You have to say what is his name, what does he do, and things like that. So there's a slight difference. So it's very important that we get everything correct. Anyway, in any case, so what I don't know. This is the chat window. It's not a chat window. It's transcription window. But I think did you disturb me? It's okay. Now I've forgotten what I was saying. Anybody can remind me what I was saying? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Srila Prabhupada, you were saying if we call our neighbor, we can't just say Padosi, Padosi.
No, that's later, but before that, he pointed out.
Srila Prabhupada named this society as ISKCON.
So, no, in Bhagavatam, first sentence, Prabhupada is writing, give me this Bhagavatam, we'll see. He wrote that the concept of God and the concept of absolute truth are not on the same level. It's in here it is in the first sentence of Srimad Bhagavatam. The conception of God and the conception of absolute truth are not on the same level. This is the opening sentence that Srila Prabhupada wrote for Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, we all know that Srila Prabhupada translated and commented the Prabhupada chose the word Krishna because he said that Krishna is who we want to speak about, not God. That's the chat. Whoever is translating has to be very accurate. Because, anyway, so the point is that, therefore, he says in the beginning of Bhagavatam, and he has written this already before he came to America to start ISKCON, that God and absolute truth, Satyam Param Dhimahi, Bhagavatam says in the first verse, they're different. Anyway, so the next point is that before Srila Prabhupada wrote Srimad Bhagavatam in Vrindavan and translated, the very first book he wrote is not Srimad Bhagavatam, but Easy Journey to Other Planets, which is about modern science, matter, antimatter. So, Prabhupada, not the concept, the conception of God and the conception of absolute truth are not on the same level. In any case, Prabhupada first wrote that first book, which is Krishna Consciousness. Now, he wrote in Srimad Bhagavatam and in many, many places that in the modern times, if Krishna consciousness is not presented according to science, then it will not be accepted. Prabhupada wrote that. And therefore, he gave great importance to the scientific presentations of Krishna consciousness. And for this, he actually wrote, he established the Bhaktivedanta Institute, in which his followers who are, PhDs can actually present scientifically. And scientific presentations means you have to understand what is science, and then you have to understand what is lacking in science, and then within science you have to present it. And scientists accept things in science only when it leads to some practical use, technology. And whoever is a great scientist, whenever he has done something, it leads to practical things in the life, in the world. Newton created a science through which all the mechanical machines are working. Maxwell created a science according to which bulb and radio and telephonia, they're all working. Einstein created a science according to which not only atomic energy is there, atomic bomb, but even in your cell phone, you have your GPS for putting address. If you put, it will give you driving instructions, right mein jao, left mein jao. That is also coming through Einstein's theory of relativity. So you can say E equal to mc squared, but from that equation, it has come. Similarly, F equal to ma, just one little thing he wrote, out of which all your machines have come. Newtonian physics. Your rocket also flies according to Newton's law. So you can understand. So it's a sutra, like we have Brahma Sutras, Vedanta Sutra. Scientists also have sutras, but just a little formula from which so much can be. But one has to be expert. One must know what's F, M, A, or E equal to mc squared. What does E, M, C stand for? So devotees may think like, this is not applicable to me. Science is the scientific presentation maybe for जिन लोगों को विश्वास नहीं है भागवतम के ऊपर या भगवद गीता के ऊपर भगवान के ऊपर उन लोगों के साइंटिफिक प्रेजेंटेशन जो प्रस्तुत किया हो रहा है साइंस के द्वारा से उसको आवश्यक होगा लेकिन हमको नहीं because in material science they are trying to understand matter, and Prabhupada also wrote that by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, you will not come to know Krishna directly. First, you will come to understand matter. This is there in Krishna consciousness, the topmost yoga system. I don't know whether I can share screen and show. Am I able to share my screen? So I will just...
Yes, Prabhuji, you can. You are a co-host, so you can share.
You can go to... so I go here and I put www.rasaraja.org. That's my website. And then I will go to Zoom and I will share screen. And then I'll go to this. Can you see my screen?
Yes, Prabhu. It is visible.
It is visible. So, क्या हुआ? कहाँ गया अभी? Right. So now if you go to my website, rasaraja.org, this is my devotional website. But I also have another website, which is actually www.ravigomatam.org. Can you see I typed it. Can you see the typing?
Yes,
Hello?
yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So that we'll go there later. So here I have one tab called Our Acharya, and I have written about Srila Prabhupada, and then there is something called Srila Prabhupada on Matter. And there, Prabhupada writes in the Bhagavad Gita, the subject matter of Bhagavad Gita entails the comprehension of 5 basic truths. So entails means you must understand. There's no choice. And here he mentions Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, matter is there. You must understand matter. You see? So here Prabhupada is saying, in Krishna consciousness, topmost yoga system, Krishna says that out of many millions of people, one may understand him. But by chanting of this Hare Krishna, as introduced by Lord Chaitanya, chanting and dancing, you can understand Krishna within a very short time. And then he says, amazingly, knowledge begins not from Krishna, but from things which we are accustomed to see every day. In other words, after chanting, you will not that we will come to know Krishna and we will love him and we will go to Goloka and immediately, dance with him. But first one must understand matter, because the things which you are accustomed to see every day are made of 5 elements. So here is another quote Prabhupada said. Kya? Oh, acha. They are translating. Okay. Then he said, Prabhupada wrote, apart from Puranas and Vedic literature, scientifically, it is a modern science. According to their way, we can convince. Puranas, you may not believe the authority, I may not believe. So Prabhupada is not saying, I may believe, you may not believe. He says, you may not believe, or even if you say you believe, I may not believe. Prabhupada is saying. But scientific truth has to be accepted. This is that universality we speak. And then again, another time he said, and as soon as we say from Shastra, they'll say it's all mythology, then how you will meet? Another place Prabhupada wrote in Easy Journey to Other Planets, at a time when material science predominates all subjects, including the tenets of religion, it would be enlivening to see the principles of eternal religion of man from the viewpoint of modern scientists. So now I'm going to say something that's going to be a little shocking for you. So we can listen carefully, and then that will make it 40 minutes, I think. Isn't it?
Yeah, so he says 1:15. That's another 5 minutes.
Okay, so we'll stop there and take questions. And science is so important that here Prabhupada is saying that unless one has been trained by a spiritual master, he cannot understand what is spirit and what is matter. This is there in the Bhagavatam purport. It's in the 7.7.21. So if you want to understand what is matter and what is spirit, now I will ask you all an important question. How many of you accept that right now, when you are listening to me, you are conscious? I mean, if you're sleeping, you may or may not be conscious, but you're still dreaming, and you're in deep sleep, sushupti, you may not be conscious, and people are in coma, then they may not be conscious. But right now, how many of you are clear that you're conscious? Please raise your right hand. Who feel that you're conscious right now? Everybody in the video, yes. What about Krishna Bandhu Shivani Yadav? You didn't raise your hand. I didn't see your hand. Are you following the lecture? So you believe you are conscious right now? Raise your hand. Yes, everybody believes. But the actual fact is that mostly people are not conscious right now. But we are awake, we are having feelings, I'm thinking, I'm listening, I'm experiencing things. How can it be possible? That is, you have to know that it is actually created by matter. And because the mind is actually thinking, willing, feeling is there, intelligence is there, and the body has senses and sense organs. And by this combination of various things, so many things are happening, and there is experience in matter, not in the soul. And we simply misidentify with it. Some people might say, well, ultimately, it's like I'm seeing a movie. It may be true that whatever is happening is on the screen, but ultimately I'm the one who is seeing and experiencing it. That's not like that. If that was so simple, then simply by switching off the movie, then you can see the reality. I am in the theater, there are seats, and there's a door, I can go out. You cannot switch off this movie so easily. It's a very, that's why Krishna said, Devi Hiesha Gunamayi. I'm not going to explain those things like in this class. So I would like to say in a very humble way that the Krishna consciousness movement, the scientific wing of the Krishna consciousness movement, is not just for defeating science. It is not just for, and that's how it has been taught for a long time before me, even in Bhaktivedanta Institute. And I have done this work for more than 44 years. And so I can, I don't know whether if I just put here, www.ravikomatam.com. If you go there, those of you who are more scientifically inclined, क्या हो रहा है? It's not scientifically inclined. You'll see my science page. Is this new page has come? Can you all see it?
Yes, yes. Prabhuji.
Yeah, so it is like a piano and it has got various, this is very scientific. It is meant for top international scientists, to present our work. And then I also have in YouTube, if you go, today is just only simply an introduction to what is science. And it's very amazing, the science of Krishna consciousness. And if you go to YouTube and on your phone right now, and then you just type, come on. Okay. So you go here and you type Rasa Raja Dasa. You see, and then you will see one channel. There's another channel that somebody else, Gaudiya Math or something. So you see my picture, and this is the channel. In this, there are so many videos like in the Veda, not yet in modern science. Science does not study matter like that. There are also, once you type on them, you'll find all these videos are 2-3 minute short videos. And then, there are long lectures also, but these YouTube shorts are there. And you can just go here, and if you type here, this thing is there. You can subscribe to this channel, and you can listen if you are interested. And maybe, if it is so arranged that I can speak again, then I'll continue this science thing. Any questions or comments? Anybody has any questions?
भक्तों के कोई प्रश्न है या कुछ कमेंट्स है प्रभु जी के आज के टॉक पे, तो हैंड रेज कीजिए, we'll unmute you.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam. Prabhuji, I wanted to know, you said we are not in our consciousness right now. We are into matter. We are realizing matter. So how do we know that we are in consciousness, or we ever come into it, or we don't?
That is, we are sleeping. Lord Chaitanya says, Jil jago, Gaura Chanda bole. So this sleeping is not ordinary sleeping, and it's very intentional sleeping. So Prabhupada ji ने कहा, अगर एक आदमी सो रहा है तो उनको उठ सकता है, लेकिन उठा सकता है, इस प्रॉपर हिंदी, एंड लेकिन वो अगर भावना करता है, that like he's sleeping, तो उनको उठा नहीं सकता है. In fact, if you try to wake him up, he'll sleep more soundly because he is pretending. So इसी प्रकार, this is a fact that, we are unwilling to actually become Krishna conscious. So we are now, however, by our Prabhupada's mercy and our fortune, we are now beginning the process of chanting Hare Krishna and trying to become Krishna conscious. But knowledge is necessary. Jnana Plavena, Krishna says, the board of knowledge. So I've just introduced the idea. You cannot map what I say to what you already know. You must replace whatever you know. There's a next level. Scientifically understanding Bhagavatam doesn't mean you are a PhD in science, you can understand. No, rather, even if you are a PhD in science, you neither know science nor Bhagavatam. It was a fact. Like before, I was, asked by Prabhupada to start the Bhaktivedanta Institute and, join and, do this work. Let's say before I was inspired by Prabhupada. Then, before that, I also studied B.Tech, M.Tech. I was working in America in computer science. I was developing compilers and operating systems and all that. But I didn't know what was science. So this science of Bhagavatam we are creating is new. And from that, you can understand material science better. We'll see those things later. For example, I have written in the second video, you can see science does not study matter. Most people will not know, most engineers, doctors, they think we are studying the body, we are studying matter, we are learning. But actually, according to science, science does not study matter. If you see that video, you'll know like that. So I only just now told you, that I'm not conscious, you should be shocked. You should think, oh my God, I'm thinking not only I'm conscious, I'm thinking I'm Krishna conscious. So what is happening here? Daivi hesha gunamayi mama maya duratya mameva yo prabhattante. So until we really surrender to Krishna, you see, it is difficult to come out of matter, and then to surrender to Krishna, everything is required, sadhana and bhakti in the heart, but also knowledge is required. And that knowledge is scientific knowledge because it's universal. Any other question?
Not really, Prabhu. There are no more hands raised. So can.
What people are.
There is one more that I think.
Yes, Darshan Pankaj.
श्री हरि दर्शन जी अनम्यूट करके बोलिए पुणे से।
नहीं, मेरा क्वेश्चन नहीं था प्रभु जी से। मैं जस्ट कहना चाहता हूँ कि मैं उठ के।
अच्छा, दयाल गोपाल प्रभु नेपाल पद यात्रा से।
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you very much for such very useful important points. जैसे कि आपने बताया, साइंस का कंक्लूजन होता है कि टेक्नोलॉजी अथवा कोई आउटपुट होना चाहिए, प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशन होना चाहिए। तो जैसे हम भागवतम के पहले स्कंद में आता है ये भक्ति का विज्ञान, भगवत तत्व विज्ञान है ऐसे बोला गया है। उसमें सारा हम श्रवण करते हैं भगवान की कथा, तो उससे क्या होता है, हमारा हृदय मार्जन होता है, उससे छिंदंती हृदय, हमारे हृदय में जो आसक्ति है इसका भेदन होता है और ऐसे भगवान के प्रति प्रेम होता है, ऐसा जो वर्णन किया गया है। तो हम जैसे ये भक्ति का अभ्यास करते हैं, तो जो ये इसको टेक्नोलॉजी बोल सकते हैं, इससे क्या होता है, हमें इससे क्या फायदा होता है व्यावहारिक जीवन में, इसको टेक्नोलॉजी बोल सकते हैं अथवा इसके अलावा और कुछ होना चाहिए?
नहीं, टेक्नोलॉजी आएगा। Like if you go to my previous page, that is the whole thing. So if you go to my www.ravigautam.com, if you go here, and there is appreciations. If you see a tab is there, scholarly appreciations. I've written more than 45 scientific papers, and these papers are actually also taught in American universities. Don't think that I'm just sitting here only giving lectures here. They have become, so America में classroom में हमारा जो मैं scientific paper में लिखा हूँ भागवत तात्पर्य से, उसको वो पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं American professors. Here is Nobel laureate who is saying, I was very interested in the talk by Dr. Ravi Gaumatam because he's shown by some nice arguments that the proper way to think of quantum mechanics is, in terms of relationships. This is a new way of thinking. It may be that this is how we should be doing science. This is a Nobel laureate बोल रहा है कि ये रवि गौमटम, मतलब मेरा नाम है रसराज दास, उनका जो पेपर उन्होंने आज प्रस्तुत किया, ये नया दृष्टि है, ये नया दृष्टि से हो सकता है हम विज्ञान फिर से शुरू करके करना है. So we are actually changing science. This is not, and you will see that if you go to here, and I'll just show one more thing, citations. Then you'll see here, this is actually Brown University, which is one of the top universities in America. Most of the Indian top billionaires, their children and all go to study in Harvard, MIT, and Brown. Brown is Ivy League University. There, in a master's MS program course in philosophy of quantum mechanics, spring of 2010, Professor Douglas Kutach, and he selected one of my papers. I didn't tell him, I don't even know him. And he asked students to read it, an assignment to present an explanation of Gomatam's interpretation of Bohr's interpretation of quantum mechanics. You should articulate the conception of reality offered by Gomatam. Your paper should be approximately 1,000 to 2,500 words. So, यहाँ ब्राउन यूनिवर्सिटी में पेपर को दिया पढ़ने के लिए स्टूडेंट्स को, और स्टूडेंट्स पढ़ के ऐसे लिखना पड़ेगा. So we are actually penetrating the academic curriculum, but in India, ISKCON knows nothing about it. I'm sure that you people never heard of my work, and you don't know what is its nature. Then that's how it is going. So I'm trying to get the Indian movement to understand this work and support it, because Prabhupada said that this work must be supported. Yes, does PhD, IISCR. Wow, yes. So anyway, to complete उत्तर को कंप्लीट करने के लिए मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ, तो साइंस से न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी आएगा भी. This is very important. It's going to come, and so I have got this new Institute of Semantic Information Sciences and Technology, which is an addition to Bhaktivedanta Institute. And if we go Institute of Semantic Information Sciences and Technology. This is actually here it is, Institute of Semantic Information. क्या हुआ? So this institute we have started, and I've started it, and this is affiliated to University of Mumbai. We already have MA and PhD programs by research, and this also not going forward because it's not supported, this institute. Whereas Prabhupada said in 1976 that ISKCON should give $20,000 a month. That is now about $160,000 a month they should give. And he said, when they want more, you give. That much importance Prabhupada put. So if you go to the semantic information, science and technology, you will see that. So the semantic information, objective semantic information, is the scientific name for the 5 elements. And it will replace, you will see there, I've got papers on replacing periodic table and everything. We're going to completely replace modern science. And this semantic information sciences program will replace electrical engineering, chemical engineering, mechanical engineering, everything. You will see it. And we already have a bachelor's program, BA Tech, in semantic information sciences and technology, which we want to start, but we have no resources, and that can actually, all our children who are passing out of grade 12 can come, all from all over world people will come to study it. It is possible. Yes, sir, it's from Yudhishthir, PhD. What are your PhD in, sir?
Hare Krishna, from Please Accept My Humble Obeisances.
Right.
I'm doing PhD in chemical engineering in the topic solid state batteries.
Okay.
And
I think I have met you before online, right?
I don't know, maybe I guess not, Rosie.
Somebody sent me a CV saying that he is doing research in solid state. Maybe a lot of people are doing it nowadays. Go on.
So, Prabhuji, my question is like in academic level, is like in my college, they are very, my college is a science research institute. So, in my college also, like students are very interested in spirituality also, but they're like we do that too, like
no. You neither know you are maybe doing PhD, but you don't even know what is science. Try to understand the point. You are being taught how to use science. जैसा लोग के पास सेल फोन है, सेल फोन यूज करते हैं, उसका मतलब नहीं है उसको इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स मालूम है. So इसी प्रकार you are using science. We are all that is why people are complaining in government and everywhere. There's no scientific creativity. We are still intellectual coolies of the West. Also Hare Krishna and all that. So don't think that this is a simple work. So if you want actually in your scientific research institute and all that, it cannot come just by coming and giving talks and this Prabhupada said that all the devotees who are doing PhD and all, they should be, working in this institute, they should be trained like that. But you don't, before today, you didn't even know about my work on this institute, correct? Is it true?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, I don't know.
Then what is the point? That's how I don't know why the movement is. Because, but I'm sure that you heard of books like Origins and all that, correct? Magazine?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
That's all one level of preaching that is not, it's preaching. It's not scientific presentations. Scientific presentations are inside science. Okay. Did I answer your question?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
In order to actually scientifically bring Bhagavatam into, and you said we want actually to scientifically present it so that people will take up chanting. That's not the purpose. That's not the purpose at all. Just like when you give somebody Krishna Prasadam, he can eat it without even being Krishna conscious. He'll get benefit. That's why we go and distribute prasadam. Similarly, this science will actually bring technology which people will use thinking they are getting sense gratification, but actually it will make them advance in Krishna consciousness. This is Lord Chaitanya's plan. This is not my plan and Prabhupada's plan. Are you following this?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So don't, so Lord Chaitanya is coming to people. Prabhupada wrote, this work is for those who will not come to the temple, but it also for devotees. He wrote that. All those quotes are there in my websites and all that. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel and keep in touch. And we'll have more discussions if wanted. And we can learn more about this science. Is that okay? There are four participants. And if anybody has a question,
there are a few more questions. We have another ID as well.
Yes, ask. Next question.
I am audible, Prabhu ji?
कौन पूछेगा अगला प्रश्न? प्रभु.
Hare Krishna. Am I audible, Prabhu ji? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
प्रभु बोलिए बोलिए प्रभु, सुनाई दे रहा है, बोलिए।
Prabhuji, my question is that in Srimad Bhagavatam, in fifth canto, there are some scientific presentations means about whole universe, but we cannot get idea just by reading it. So how to understand this subject matter about creation?
Our kindergarten. You can understand, you have to progress. Like that, in order to understand the fifth canto, you must understand the third canto first. And in the third canto, there is Bhagavad Sankhya, which is about matter. And that matter is this semantic information. Of course, a lot of my scientific work is kept secret, so you will not immediately understand and things. This is, because Asuras are also looking for it. And if they get this breakthrough, their atheistic science बढ़ जाएगा. So it's very important that this must be used actually to advance theistic science. And this is why I'm trying to tell GBCs and the Indian leaders, try to understand the importance of this work, because scientists are also trying to solve this problem, and what is called the quantum measurement problem, which has been around for 100 years. And I have just solved it, and we want to apply that. So you cannot understand Bhagavatam cosmology without understanding space and time and matter. So that is the first thing we have to bring. Otherwise, simply explaining it's another level of reality, this and all will not work. Did I answer your question? Yes. Our current concept of space and time that you perceive is wrong. You can perceive the world in a different way. That's all very advanced science. It will come one day. Any other question?
Yeah, we'll take one more, the last question for the day, and then we can ask them to subscribe to our channel, and Rajhamsa Prabhu can.
I've already asked. I've already typed the channel, YouTube channel.
Haridas Thakur Prabhu,
Yeah.
please unmute and put your.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Dasraj Prabhuji, Dhanwar Prabhuji. It was quite long back, some 10 years back, I happened to see you in Vrindavan in one of the lectures. So since then I'm seeing this time. It was little difficult for me to recognize you, in fact. My question is this, Prabhuji. We hear from the Lord in Bhagavad Gita, Indriya Paranyahu. We know this verse where it is said that the senses are subtler than the gross matter, and even mind is more subtle than senses, and so on. And that way, the whole science, like Bhagavatam, we study about spirit, soul, and the Paramatma, which is the subtlest form. And Bhagavatam 1:1-2 says that Bhagavatam was compiled by Vyasdev in his very matured state. Then what is the need for any other scripture then even? And as soon as one gives a rapt attention in hearing Bhagavatam, one's heart, Lord is situated in the heart. So my question is this, Prabhuji, if Bhagavatam itself is complete and we are recommended even not to read any other literature, then what is the need of material science, where we also hear in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Jadir Vidya Yat Vaibhav Mayar Tuar Bhajane Bada, whatever opulence we get out of studying the material science is bound to bring obstacle in our bhajan kriya. So then what is the need of, science, this physics, chemistry, mathematics, because even our previous acharyas, they didn't have any knowledge about the today's science, but they only didn't of only the Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, they transit the material ocean.
That last point you said is nonsense. Don't speak
What
such
is that?
nonsense. that even our acharyas didn't know anything about science. That's nonsense.
Prabhuji, my question is this. I mean, about the modern science. The science Bhagavatam
No,
itself is science.
You're talking. What is your question? So your question is, what is the need for this science and scientific presentation, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Like
Okay.
Bhagavatam,
That's
Bhagavatam
enough.
1:1.
You have asked the question enough. Now let me speak. You don't try to establish your thesis because it's wrong. So no matter how many verses you are quoting, it simply means you don't understand Bhagavatam. So the first point is, we are presenting Bhagavatam. So just like Bhagavatam is written in Sanskrit, the fact that Prabhupada wrote it in English doesn't mean it's not Bhagavatam. You follow that point?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Similarly, science is a language. So when we present Bhagavatam in scientific language, like when we say semantic, it doesn't cease to be science and Bhagavatam. That's the first point. And second point is that matter is the energy of Krishna. If Bhagavatam is speaking about matter in third canto, and if science is studying matter, and we are trying to present in science the Bhagavad conception of matter, how is it that we are going to science and forgetting Bhagavatam? Can you answer that question?
I couldn't understand, Prabhu. Please, can you repeat?
I'm saying that if Bhagavatam is describing in third canto matter, not only third canto, everywhere, second canto, Brahma is described. You will never see Bhagavatam without description of matter. In fact, yesterday we were reading in the 10th canto, I gave the class, and Akrura is praising the Lord. And the first thing he does is about the creation. He's saying, what is the connection between Krishna and the created world? So Bhagavatam is discussing matter thoroughly, and focus on third canto because that is Bhagavad Sankhya. And if we are presenting that, how is it that we are saying that besides Bhagavatam, something else is needed? We are presenting Bhagavatam concept of matter. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, Prabhuji. Like I read that in third canto and fifth canto also, there is description of different planets and the matter also, and about the time also in Bhagavatam. But what I want to know is this: is there any need of going so detailed in this material science when already we have limited time, and when we have we also understand not
the entire Bhagavatam is written just for you? Is that an illusion? I mean, you may think that you don't need to study science, but what about this is a very wrong way to argue. I don't. That's quite fine if that's how you feel you want to go. without, that's why I said that if you go to my YouTube and all, you'll see direct presentations, that are not involving science. You don't need to know science. Like you don't need to know science to use a cell phone like that. So why do you say that everybody, why should they study science and all? We are not saying that.
Okay.
Why are you creating this kind of argument?
Okay, Prabhuji. In fact, my apprehension was this, that, everybody has to go, has to understand the modern science. Okay.
Prabhu, you have to understand the matter which is presented in Bhagavatam. You cannot be ignorant of it. Now, you can talk whatever you want about God and consciousness, soul and all that, right? Because science doesn't study them. But if Bhagavatam says something about matter, scientists can question it. We understand that point because they have been studying matter for a long time, 2000 years, by Krishna's arrangement.
Yeah.
You understand the point?
Yes, yes.
So now if you say according to Bhagavatam there are 24 elements, science will reject it, saying no, there are 112 elements. Hydrogen, oxygen, sodium, like that. And they'll say this by earth, water, fire and all is some old name the Greeks had and all, we have disproved it. Are you following this point?
Yes, sir.
So how are we going to present that Bhagavatam? We are not going outside Bhagavatam. So that is the work of the institute. Now, if you say, I don't need to know this, you're wrong. But if you say, I don't need to know science, you may be right. Because we need to know science in order to develop that knowledge, but that can be presented to ordinary devotees who do not know science and they can benefit from it. Is that point clear to you?
Yes, sir, yes.
So ordinary devotees who don't know science, don't have to know science to get fayda out of our work. But to develop this, you need to know science. Is that point clear or not?
Yes, Prabhu. So what I'm getting is this: those who are into scientific arena or those who are scientists, they need to understand Bhagavatam and they need to explain the modern science from the point of view of Bhagavatam. And those who are not in scientific arena, they need not understand the modern science.
No, but you didn't complete it correctly. I said something more. They can actually understand the same thing that scientific devotees have developed without knowing modern science. Because to them it can be presented without scientific equations and all in a way that they can understand. Are you understanding the point?
Yes, sir. Yes.
It's not simply that they don't need to know science, but they have to know the result of this work. Because you cannot actually understand earth, water, fire, ether without it being presented scientifically. So please be very careful because we cannot concoct. Acharyas, Prabhupada, in third canto, part 4, Prabhupada wrote in chapter 26, he wrote that this verse is the potential basis of great scientific research work. So why did Prabhupada write that in the purport? Have you seen that?
No, I'm not able to recall, Prabhu.
Why has Prabhupada written? So you see, you are bringing your conception. Oh, I don't need to know science. I'm chanting, I'm dancing, I'm taking prasadam. That's fine for me. Fine. But the acharyas are interested in the whole world. Then you said, okay, then scientific devotees can do that and present to other people, but devotees don't have to know. No, devotees also have to know this knowledge, but they can come to know it without knowing science. That's our job. So if I'm in scientific institute, to the devotee, I cannot say you must know science, then only you will understand. No, I can explain everything totally quoting Bhagavatam verses and Bhagavad Gita verses, just like a regular class. Are you following?
Yes, Prabhu. So, yeah, you mean devotees need to know the material science, but through the ways and means of Bhagavatam.
Not material science, science of matter given in Bhagavatam. Why do you keep on saying material science? If by material science you mean what the karmis are doing outside, that is not the point. The science of matter that is given in the Bhagavatam, devotees should understand. Are you following?
Yes, bro.
Don't create such a disturbance to the presentation of Bhagavatam. Just because you think you understand the second verse in one way. All right. There are always people, devotees, who argue like this. That's not a good argument. So shall we stop here?
Yes, Prabhuji. So let us all take this opportunity to thank His Grace Rasraj God Prabhu from bottom of our hearts. सभी भक्तों से अनुरोध है हमारी परंपरागत पद्धति से एक बार हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र का उच्चारण करके हम श्रीमान रसराज प्रभु का हृदय पूर्वक आभार व्यक्त करते हैं कि प्रभु जी ने जो आज दृढ़ता से ये सिद्धांत हमें समझाए या सिखाए, उसके लिए हम प्रभु जी का आभार व्यक्त करते हैं। एक बार हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र का उच्चारण करके हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। और साथ ही में सभी भक्तों से अनुरोध है, ध्यान दीजिए, आपके चैट में एक लिंक शेयर किया है अभी अभी, उसे कृपा करके आप देखिए और केवल आपको उस लिंक पे क्लिक करना है जो प्रभु जी ने ऑलरेडी अपने टॉक के समय बताया। तो चैट क्लिक करके आप उनका जो चैनल है उसे सब्सक्राइब कीजिए। उन्हें, जैसे प्रभु जी कह रहे थे, उन्हें सपोर्ट की आवश्यकता है, तो हमारा केवल इतना सपोर्ट उन्हें चाहिए कि हम ये चैनल सब्सक्राइब करें। तो सभी भक्तों से अनुरोध है, विदाउट फेल इसे अभी अभी तुरंत सब्सक्राइब कर सकते हैं। आप जो चैट में देख रहे हैं, केवल आपको उसे एक बार बस टच करना है, उसे आप ऐसे आपका जैसा ऐसा दिख रहा होगा साइन, तो बस उसे क्लिक कीजिए और वहां राइट साइड पे आपको सब्सक्राइब बटन दिखेगा। आप सभी के अनुकूलता के लिए मैं स्क्रीन शेयर करके दिखा देता हूं। आसान है, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है। तो शेयर, ये जो काला बटन आप देख रहे हैं जिसके आसपास अभी कर्सर घूम रहा है, बस इसको आपको क्लिक करना है इस तरह से बस। तो मुश्किल से 1 सेकंड लगेगा। तो आशा है आप सभी ने किया है, परम करुणा प्रभु ने किए, हैंड रेस कर रहे हैं, थम्स अप करके बता रहे हैं। सभी भक्तों ने किया इससे रजिस्टर, श्याम सुंदर शर्मा प्रभु भी रजिस्टर किए इसे या सब्सक्राइब किए, तो धन्यवाद। जिन भक्तों ने किए हैं पुनः आपको बता रहे हैं, चैट में केवल उस जो लिंक है पुनः पेस्ट कर रहे हैं, केवल इस लिंक पे जाके सब्सक्राइब करना है। प्रभु जी इतने वर्षों से
आने वाले दिनों में रिपीट और सबको रिमाइंडर दो
जी,
सबको उपस्थिति में
जी जी जी। तो इसी के साथ हम आज के सत्र को यहीं विराम देंगे। कल पुनः गुरु महाराज जी के सानिध्य में हरि नाम जप और जपा टॉक के लिए हम एकत्रित होंगे। श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, इस्कॉन भक्ति वेदांत इंस्टीट्यूट की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, परम पूज्य श्री लोकनाथ स्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय, परम पूज्य श्री भक्ति स्वरूप दामोदर स्वामी महाराज की जय, श्रीमान रसराज प्रभु की जय। वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत